Well, it's no secret that we're living in a tumultuous time, a time unlike you and I have experienced perhaps in our lifetime. A pandemic continues to rage, and we're headed into a contentious election, one that may not be decided until it is fought over before the Supreme Court, a court that is being remade as I'm speaking. And there is the threat of violence in the streets around every corner. We sit here today, safe in our living rooms or around our kitchen tables, but knowing that just outside our front doors is a us versus them world, potentially a dangerous world, a world that sometimes pits friends against friend, daughter against mother, father against son. A few years ago, who would have thought? We are tempted sometimes to back away from engaging in politics. It's sometimes good to turn off TV, and I do sometimes for days on end. At least now I turn off the news and switch to baseball. These are such troubling, combative times. And sometimes we look to the church to be a haven, a shelter from the world. We sometimes think that Jesus' crucifixion was a singular event. But when the Romans demanded the Jews return a denarius to Rome, a tribute tax paid to Caesar, a few years before Jesus was born, the Jews revolted. But the Romans crushed this rebellion and crucified thousands of Jews and left them hanging on crosses throughout Judea and Israel. Now, Jesus grew up in a town that was a hotbed of resistance to Rome. As a child, he heard about this tax revolt. A man named Judas of Galilee was a notorious anti-Roman rebel during the time of Jesus. Jesus knew the repercussions of fighting Rome. Don't mess with Rome. Knowing this, he began his ministry. He might have shied away from engaging in politics around him. But no, rather than teaching us to shy away from engaging in politics, Jesus transformed how we can engage in politics. Jesus isn't telling us who to vote for, although you'll find some people quoting the Bible to prove you should vote Republican, or quoting Jesus demanding you vote Democratic. No, Jesus isn't running for office, and he's not supporting anybody who's running for office. But here in this passage, Jesus is explaining how to engage in politics. The political response to the Pharisees and the Romans has implications for us today. So let's take a look. The Pharisees were always stalking Jesus, trying to catch Jesus in something that would turn the Jews away from him. And the Romans were always stalking him, trying to catch Jesus breaking the law. Both the Pharisees and the Romans wanted this guy out of their hair. He was just causing too much trouble. So one day, they hit him with a gotcha question. Is it right to pay taxes to Caesar or not? Now, everybody knew that the Jews, men and women, were required to pay a tribute tax to Caesar, a denarius. So if Jesus says yes, the Jews will turn on him. The Jews hated this tax because it was a reminder of the domination that Rome had over them. And the Pharisees wouldn't have to deal with him anymore. But if he says no, the Romans will turn on him for breaking the law. Well, no one ever said Jesus was dumb. So Jesus asked for a denarius. Now, there were a lot of coins floating around Israel at the time, but a denarius was a Roman coin, a silver coin. And true devout Jews refused to handle a denarius. Well, it's clear that Jesus doesn't have a denarius. So a Pharisee gave him one. Then Jesus says, whose image is on it? And the Pharisees say, well, Caesar's. You can see a denarius had a picture of Caesar on it with the words, Son of the Divine, or Son of God. So why would a Jew have such a coin? But oops, the Pharisees had one. The Jews in the crowd would have noticed this. So then Jesus says, give back to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's. Jesus is telling them, give Caesar's coin back to him.